There's one trap this morning, empty. It's a Duke, a dog-proof trap, so on to the next 5. I got 5 conibear sets, so we'll see what they got. Well, they got robbed. See, there's all the squirrel entrails he left to hide. But he took the head and the entrails. For some reason that trap didn't spring. He worked his way around those triggers, so well, there's the trap effective. Yeah, you have to put some pressure on it. I'll have to work on that trap. Alright, on to the next 4. Alright, reset. Well, this is the second squirrel that this trap has caught. So, get him out. I'll probably take my traps up because it's going to be hard and heavy deer hunting the next couple of days, so that one is all I'm going to need. So I'm going to take my traps up. There's nothing in this one. So I'll take it up and check the last one. Yeah, nothing in this one either. So these 2 didn't catch anything, so I have to rethink that. I guess the main thing about trapping is if your traps are not doing well, you need to figure out what's wrong. Try to do something else. But, okay, we'll get it up and get back to camp. I just wanted to kind of give a rundown of what all happened this week. Got some trapping videos. I trapped some meat. I got 3 squirrels. One of them we lost to predation, and so I got 2 squirrels. Traps were only set. I set 4 conibears the first night, little 110s, and I caught 1 squirrel. And then the second night I had 5 conibears and 1 Duke dog-proof trap. Caught 2 squirrels that night on the 2 conibears. Lost 1 to predation. The other one you saw it on the video. It was just a fox squirrel, nice sized fox squirrel. And so anyway, so it's very successful. There's no doubt in my mind that if you take a few of those in your pack and you're for a long-term survival situation, as long as you set them up properly, you could survive. You could survive well. I hate the term survival, but you could live very good out in this wilderness. Especially if you're next to a river. I mean, there's fishing, there's frog gigging, there's just all kinds of stuff out here. So you may not have T-bones, you may not have hamburgers, but who needs all that stuff? You can eat very well. But lessons learned, the ones that caught squirrels was on poles or trees that were leaning. The 2 that I set on the tree that was on the ground, even though there was scat on the tree where squirrels had sit, and they're still, they still didn't do very well. But the ones that was leaning up against another tree or leaning across a slough or something, those are the ones that caught the squirrels. So just a little bit of wisdom there, woodsy wisdom. So if you're gonna do that, then make sure that you're set them up properly. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the trapping for meat. One thing I do want to mention is my new belt kit. Well, it ain't new, it's just a different arrangement, if you will. Let me show it to you. I guess the way my pistol is different. I got a holster that's custom made for the little 22 I carry, and it fits tight up against my body. So it just has a leather thong that holds a pistol in there. So anyway, the other one stuck out too far, and it was always catching on something. And I really like this setup. I can actually sit in the stand, in my tree stand, with this setup. It doesn't catch, it doesn't bind. One thing it still does is squeak, so I have to take it off. I can't wear it up in the stand because it squeaks. But you've seen my knife sheath that I like that, because when you sit down it doesn't pinch or bind or anything. Then I have a little pouch in the back that I just have my extra 22 shells, a ceramic rod, a flint and steel kit, and a Volcaneven, a DC4 I believe it is, and a compass. So, and this little setup here I think is going to be my favorite setup. I have a way of making fire. Of course, you see my fire kit that I always carry in my pants, and I always have a 55 gallon drum trash can in my pocket, trash can liner in my pocket over here for a poncho or whatever. I mean, you could use it for an emergency water bag if you wanted to. But I mean, there's so much water around here. Only it may be a little dirty, but I mean, it's not going to kill you. It may make you sick a little bit, but again, it's not going to kill you. So in an emergency situation, I got plenty of water. And as long as I got shelter and a way of making fire, then I'm in pretty decent shape. But that's me in my woods. I mean, yours maybe it's totally different. So you gotta prepare accordingly to where you're at. But anyway, I just wanted to show you that little rig. I don't know, you've probably seen it and just was wondering about it. But the little pouch, I got it off of eBay several years ago. A guy, I want to show you, I want to mention his name because he did a phenomenal job on this. I kind of give him a plug here if I can. Get my coffee. Douglas's Leathersmith. Drodon, I think is what it is on there. 2011 was when I bought it. But see if you can find him on eBay. But I mean, it is a nice little kit. I think I paid $25 for it, I think. But he did a phenomenal job on it. It kind of reminds you of that Ray Mears kit, but I think his is like $60. I don't want to pay $60 for that. So anyway, did a phenomenal job on it. It's just the right size. It's not too big and bulky. So the other one I had, it just got to be, it was too big. And of course, carrying a canteen on it all the time, it was, I don't know, summertime maybe, but out here in the wintertime, yeah. Well, it don't feel like winter, but it is winter. And like I said, I mean, you can trip over water out here. So it's not that crucial to have it on you at all times. But anyway, thought that might interest some folks. Wanted to throw that in before I signed off. So here I am signing off. It's Tuesday, December the 3rd. And I think that we're going to call it a day. We got our hunt. We got storms coming in either tonight or tomorrow, another front. And that river's already up high enough. It's going down now, but get some more water in it, it's going to be worse than it was coming in. So, and you saw how it come in. So, and two, there's just no deer here. I have hunted and hunted and hunted. Spent about, well, from 7 till almost 5 last night on the deer stand, and I mean straight, didn't get down. Nothing, not even squirrels. Acorns seems to be gone, so the deer is just not coming through here anymore, and there's water everywhere. So I'm sure they're next to their feeding grounds now, probably alfalfa fields in some of these farms around here. So I might have to go in there and see if I can find them, if I'm gonna get one before the end of the season. Boy, I tell you what, coming down to the wire here, wanting to feel like, well, I don't know how they feel, but I mean, there's a life or death situation. But some of those guys that live off the land in Alaska, they got to get their moose. Well, I feel almost that way. I got to get my deer. I got to put some sausages in the freezer. So anyway, I got to see if I can find them. I got to do some scouting trips, probably after the storms this week and next week. Spend some time in the woods looking around. So that's coming up. Anyway, look forward to that. So I hope you enjoyed this trip. I showed some things around the camp and some little tricks and tidbits here and there, and showed the main thing. I wanted to do several things on this trip. I wanted to try out my new nessmuk. When I say new, it's not quite new. I made it last month. I've been wanting to use it for a long time. Just haven't had a chance to get in the woods. I was trying to fill orders, and then we had storms rolling in and all kinds of stuff. But just kind of give you an update on it. I've been using this knife the whole camp, and I have not sharpened it. I have not put it on a hone of any kind, any rod, anything. Haven't even stropped it on leather. So I'm just going to clean the edge off on my pants, and if I can have some hair on my arm, let's see if it'll shave. You see me clean the squirrel with it, cut through bones. Just shave a little bit. Chop wood with it. They shave a little bit. It's not hair popping sharp, but it'll shave a little bit. So that has the edge pretty good. It's still cut very well. So wanted to try it out. Very pleased with it. I wish I'd try it out on the deer before hunting season's over. I wanted to cut up some steaks with it. See how it did with the steaks. But I'm sure it'll do fine. If Mr. Nessmuk says it's a good design, then hey, I ain't gonna argue with him. So, like I said before, I have other Nessmuks that's similar to that, but I've never seen a design like this. And just to kind of give you some thoughts process behind it. Now, rumor has it that Nessmuk's design was off of the old butcher knife, the cattle butcher knife. You know, it had a very high upswept blade, had a very deep belly, and the point was broke off, so he just had it ground down to where it had the little bulb at the top, which I think that is closer to that premise than a lot of the so-called Nessmuks that I've seen. But mine has a deeper swell here, to where again, you can put your hand on it, you can hold it. It just also, when you're skinning bark off of limbs, a rounded edge is better to skin the bark with. So I left that there, and also it has a 90-degree spine as usual. But it also has an upsweep over to here, because it's kind of similar to a kukri. You know, I love the kukri design on this part of the kukri where it drops down. And as you saw me doing the feather sticks, or if you saw that video, then it just bites into the wood. It does feather sticks very well. It does camp chores of sharpening sticks, tent stakes, all of that very well. And also there's a little curve right here, and that's on purpose. I did that so when you're scraping bark or arrows or anything that you want round, then that will give you something round so that you can scrape a round object, if that makes sense. But anyway, that's just some thought process behind the blade. Like I said in my other video when I introduced this prototype, we'll make the handle a little longer. It's fine for me. The handle may be a little thick after using it for a little while, so I'm gonna skin that down just a little bit, not much. But I think it's going to be a very, very nice design. I really do. So anyway, just some thought processes of when I was making the knife and how well it's doing so far. But any knife needs to be tested thoroughly before you can give it a AAA rating. So right now we just go with a 2A. Okay, we'll wait on the AAA. But it's performing very well. So anyway, I didn't want this to be a very long one, but we're going to pack up and get out of here after I finish my coffee and eat some dried fruit, and let the fire die down, and just kind of mosey on back to the house. But I've thoroughly enjoyed it. I enjoyed it every time I go out in the woods. Whether I kill anything or not, I just enjoy being out here. So glad you got to come along with me. It's kind of unusual. I usually at least see a deer, a doe or something, or the hindquarters of one as he's leaving out. And there you one this time. So anyway, thanks for joining me. Appreciate all your views, your comments, your subscriptions, your purchases. It's just been great. You're phenomenal. But get out there and enjoy these great outdoors. Go on a canoe trip, get in the backyard, whittle on a stick. Just get outside. Get away from the TV, the cell phones, and all that junk. It'll rot your mind. So, anyway, just 2 cents from an old man. If you do, take plenty of Band-Aids, lots of knives. We'll catch you on the next one. Bye.